Welcome to the Autism Infocast. I'm Peter Clark, founder and chairman of the Autism Info Center. Our podcasts delve into every part of autism and neurodiversity, and we want to help you spread understanding, respect, and kindness for those whose lives are affected. Whether you're autistic yourself, or whether you know or care for someone who's autistic, or maybe you just come into contact with autistic people in everyday life. Either way, please feel free to check out our hundreds of articles, videos, books, and training courses at autisminfocenter.org. And I'll leave you now in the capable hands of today's hosts, Jemima and Theo. Over to you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the podcast. Today, we're diving into something really vital. We're looking at practical ways for autistic individuals to, well, not just survive, but genuinely thrive in the workplace. It's about moving beyond just landing the job, you know, towards building a career that feels sustainable and actually fulfilling.
That's such an important distinction. Because let's face it, the workplace can present some unique hurdles. Opportunities are huge, of course, but there's often this minefield of unwritten social rules or maybe overwhelming sensory stuff.
Yeah.
Or expectations that just don't quite mesh with how an autistic person might naturally communicate or process things.
Absolutely. So our goal today, our mission, is to unpack some really practical strategies, some tools, drawing from specialized guidance out there. We want to empower you, our listeners, to move past just coping. We want you to feel equipped to genuinely succeed and build that career that really works for you. Okay, let's unpack this. So one of the first things that often comes up is navigating that whole workplace culture thing. It can be confusing for anyone, really. But especially those informal chats, the small talk, the subtle social cues.
The unwritten rules.
Exactly. Those infamous unwritten rules. It can feel like everyone else got a memo you didn't. If someone's feeling totally lost there, where do they start?
Yeah, that secret code feeling is very real. A really powerful first step is something we could call maybe social mapping. It's more than just passively watching. It's using those often strong autistic pattern recognition skills.
Okay.
So really pay attention. How do colleagues interact? Who kicks off the meetings? What's the tone like for different topics? What kind of small talk seems, safe? You're basically building a mental map of the norms.
That makes sense. Using a strength. But even with great observations, sometimes you just have to ask, right? And that's where maybe finding a trusted ally comes in. Or a mentor, someone you feel okay going to.
Definitely.
To ask those direct questions like, hey, what's the usual deal with the team lunch? Do people tend to sit together, or is it more grab and go?
Absolutely. That ally is invaluable. It's a safe space to decode things without feeling judged. And kind of alongside that is managing your own social energy. This is crucial because constantly trying to keep up with small talk or going to long social events, it can be incredibly draining. Leads to autistic burnout sometimes.
Right.
So it's perfectly fine. Actually, it's smart to maybe keep conversations shorter, focused on work, or attend social things for just a set amount of time. And saying no politely when you're running low, that's not rude. It's self-care. It means you're more present when you do engage.
Okay, so that covers some of the social side. What about the actual physical space? Offices can be, well, a sensory nightmare for some autistic people. You've got the humming AC, maybe flickering fluorescent lights, strong smells from the kitchen. It can all lead to overload and real anxiety.
Oh, absolutely. A huge factor. The first most critical step here is identifying your specific triggers. What is it exactly that gets to you? Is it a certain noise frequency? The brightness of the lights, perfumes? Knowing the specifics is key.
And once you know those triggers, you can put together your own kind of personal sensory toolkit, like your go-to items. Maybe noise-canceling headphones or even just discrete earplugs, anti-glare screen protectors.
Glasses, yeah.
Right, things that help you manage your specific sensitivities. It's not just about blocking stuff out. It's about preventing that deep fatigue that drains your ability to focus, doesn't it?
Exactly. It stops that constant sensory drain that really impacts performance.
Right.
And this naturally leads to thinking about asking for environmental changes from your employer. Sometimes small tweaks make a massive difference. Could be moving your desk to a quieter spot, or being seated away from a busy corridor, maybe even just changing a light bulb overhead. These small shifts add up to a much better, more manageable environment.
Let's shift gears a bit then to organizing work and managing executive functions. Things like planning, staying organized, managing time, starting tasks. These executive functions can be challenging for some autistic people because of differences in how the brain processes things.
Yes, the very common area. And one really effective strategy here is breaking big projects down, way down, into smaller, much more manageable steps. For many, a clear checklist isn't just a to-do list.
Right.
It gives vital structure, a visual path forward. You get the little dopamine hit ticking things off, which helps with starting the next step and, remembering where you are.
Visual tools generally seem super helpful, too. I mean, anything from a big wall planner.
Yeah, the big picture.
To digital calendars with lots of reminders, or those visual timers that actually show time passing. These can really help with sort of time perception and keeping focus.
Definitely. And tied into this is the need for clear instructions. Autistic people often process information very literally, so ambiguity, that's a real problem.
Yeah, it can lead to paralysis almost.
Exactly. So making it a habit to ask for instructions in a clear written format, like a simple email with bullet points, is so important. Reduces misunderstandings, gives you something solid to refer back to, and lowers the anxiety about getting it wrong.
Okay, communication. Directness and honesty are often seen as autistic strengths, right? How can people leverage that professionally, making sure it lands as clarity, not bluntness?
That's the key distinction. It's really beneficial to be proactive about your communication style. Talk to your manager, maybe close colleagues, explain things like, I work best with direct, literal instructions, or it really helps me if important information is in an email so I can process it fully.
Setting expectations.
Precisely. It just minimizes crossed wires.
And what about things like meetings? They can be tricky.
Preparation is your friend here. Big time. Ask for an agenda beforehand if you can.
Gives you processing time.
Exactly. Time to gather your thoughts, maybe jot down questions, and bringing notes into the meeting. Absolutely do that. It ensures you cover your key points, keeps you on track, especially if processing spoken information quickly is tough for you.
This all leads nicely into reasonable adjustments. Because the question isn't just, how do I cope? It's also, how can my employer help?
Right. And it's worth knowing that employers generally have a duty, a legal one in many places, to make reasonable adjustments for disabled employees. And that includes autistic people.
Yeah.
These are basically changes to remove or reduce disadvantages you might face at work because of being autistic, making things more equitable.
And asking for these adjustments, that's key self-advocacy. Don't wait and hope things get better. The best way is usually to schedule a proper chat with your manager or HR. Go prepared.
Prepared how?
Right.
What do you need to bring to that conversation? You need to be ready to explain how autism affects you in your specific role, not just generalities.
Okay.
And, crucially, have specific practical suggestions for adjustments. What would actually help you do your job better?
Right. Can you give us some concrete examples? What might these adjustments look like?
Sure. They often fall into a few areas. Environmentally, we touched on some. A quieter desk, different lighting, maybe formal permission for headphones. Communication-wise, it could be getting instructions or feedback in writing. Or having regular, structured check-in meetings instead of relying on informal chats.
Makes sense.
And flexible working is another big one. Maybe adjusting your start and end times to avoid rush hour commutes. Or building in more frequent short breaks to manage energy. These aren't special treatment. They're about enabling you to contribute your best work.
So wrapping this up, the big picture here, the ultimate goal, is really about creating a sustainable career path, isn't it? Finding that sweet spot where your strengths shine and the challenges are supported so you can genuinely thrive long term.
That's exactly it. And it really hinges on two things. Self-awareness, truly knowing your own needs, and self-advocacy, having the confidence and skills to communicate those needs clearly and constructively.
Yeah. So what does this all mean? It means that by being proactive, understanding your own profile, and working collaboratively with your employer, you absolutely can build a career that's successful, productive, and feels authentic to you. It involves getting a handle on workplace culture, managing your sensory world, using smart strategies for organization and communication, and confidently asking for the adjustments you need. And these aren't just wins for the individual. When workplaces embrace these strategies, they become more inclusive, more supportive, and ultimately more productive environments for everyone. Thanks for listening to this Autism Infocast from the autisminfocenter.org.
Thank you, Jemima and Theo. I'm sure we've all learned something there today. Don't forget to visit autisminfocenter.org to hear our other episodes, browse our library of articles, see our inspiring range of books, watch our videos about autism and neurodiversity, and find out about training courses that can help you or your organisation make the world a safer, happier and more meaningful place for us all. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, please feel free to spread the word about Autism Info Centre. A quick mention on your socials is always appreciated. Until next time, this is Peter Clark from autisminfocentre.org. Have a great day.